With the world watching, President Trump traveling to Alaska to come face to face with Russian President Vladimir Putin for their high-stakes summit to try and end the war in Ukraine. He's confident he can convince Putin.
I think that President Putin would like to see a deal. I think if I weren't president, he would take over all of Ukraine. It's a war that should have never happened. If I weren't president, in my opinion, he would much rather take over all of Ukraine. But I am president, and he's not going to mess around with me.
But the president, who once promised he could end the war in 24 hours, now concedes it's not that easy.
But I thought the easiest one would be this one. It's actually the most difficult.
Putin has been trying to set the stage, heaping praise on Trump. Putin saying the current American administration is making quite energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostilities, stop the crisis, and reach agreements that are of interest to all parties involved in this conflict. Saying Trump wants to create long-term conditions for peace, both between our countries and in Europe and in the world. But Ukrainian President Zelenskyy, who won't be in the room, says Putin is bluffing. Zelenskyy, concerned about Trump's support for an exchange of territory, is calling for a ceasefire first and then negotiations. The Ukrainian president, backed by European leaders, also demanding security guarantees. Trump has said there will be severe consequences if Putin doesn't agree to a ceasefire. But he's also described today's meeting as a feel-out to see what's possible. Putin now says he has other goals from this meeting that go beyond the war in Ukraine, that he wants to discuss nuclear arms control. The Kremlin saying trade and economic cooperation will also be on the agenda. Trump admitting he thinks there's a 25% chance the meeting fails. But if it doesn't, he says he wants to quickly bring Putin and Zelenskyy together, possibly even bring Zelenskyy here to Alaska.
I think it's going to be a good meeting, but the more important meeting will be the second meeting that we're having.
Now, President Trump has said there will be severe consequences if Putin doesn't agree to a ceasefire, but it's not clear still what those consequences would be, though Trump has been threatening harsh sanctions. One other question here today, will we see a joint press conference later this afternoon with President Trump side by side answering questions with Vladimir Putin? Trump has said that would be nice, though he says if this doesn't go well, he'll just do his own press conference and head home.